We're here off Harlem Road in West Seneca to announce the grand opening of Buffalo Niagara Waterkeeper's 7th Buffalo Blueway site along the Buffalo River. It's the DEC Fishing Access Site. It's right off Harlem Road, south of Clinton Street in West Seneca. The construction work was funded in part with a grant from Empire State Development. Today we want to show you some of the changes that took place. First, let's look at a bit of the beforehand, some video and images we captured before we began the major construction work. You can see now, here's the original trail, basically just a grass pathway that would lead down to the shore. And as you can see, it's really cleaned up, but that wasn't always the case. Even before construction started, we were down there cleaning up all the Japanese knotweed. You can see how this is what it was when it was really grown in and just a single track trail. It was difficult to see the shoreline, a bit of a dangerous situation. A lot of the work we've done will hopefully keep that Japanese knotweed knocked back. So here we are right at the start of the parking lot. People can drive up, bike up. These are the new bike racks. DEC acquired the property over 3 decades ago, and they've dedicated this access site to retired regional director John Spagnoli, who championed a canoe trail along the Buffalo River. So it's really cool to see the rock here with the plaque to honor him. Now these steps here, this used to be a mud pathway that people would use that wasn't an official trail, and they just kind of made it that way. It was an ease of access to get down, but it wasn't necessarily the safest. The steps that would lead right down to the fishing pier. We'll get to the fishing pier in a second, but I also want to show off the ADA compliant pathway that we have now. You look at the top image, you can see what it looked like in the past with that grass area, and now we have this concrete path that leads right from the parking lot down to the fishing pier, all ADA accessible for the mobility impaired. Now let's go check out the fishing pier. This is really exciting. Every time we've come down here now, we've seen people fishing, casting a line. There's also this lower railing here, allows people in a wheelchair to fish as well. Plenty of room throughout it. It's very sturdy, very strong. If you recall some of the ice flow that's happened in the Buffalo River recently, just this past spring, a lot of the ice just kind of piled up along the shore. The fishing pier withstood it perfectly. We're really excited how well it did, and it gives us great hope for the future. Now, before we check out the updated kayak launch, I want to show off these wooden stakes and the variety of species of willow and dog. And the idea is keeping in part with Waterkeeper's living shoreline. We want shorelines that have plants and tree vegetation for a variety of reasons. A big part helps with erosion control, so the root structure is in there and holds the ground in place. Another is it helps filter water. So as the water is coming from the higher ground and flowing down, and before it reaches the Buffalo River, it can get filtered out. It can take care, the root structures of vegetation can take out a lot of those things that can cause harmful algal blooms downstream. So we've got these tiered slopes that have been built up, and live stakes are planted here to make sure you don't pull them up. They are there for a purpose. Now let's check out the kayak launch. We didn't do too much to it. It is upgraded, but in a similar way. You can see the wooden platform of the older one with the steps leading down to the water. And what we've done is we've added concrete steps leading down to the water. We looked at some different things, but ice is always a concern and what it's going to do to the shoreline. We want to protect it. We've got the rocks going out a little bit to help with this spot. Another problem in drier months. The water right at the end of this concrete pad can maybe be an inch deep, and it's not totally feasible in that situation to put a lot of different things, kayak rollers and such things. So we figured it'd be easiest to keep it similar to what it was so people can still access the river. And again, if you didn't know that, this is the start of the Buffalo River here off Harlem Road. If you go upstream a little bit, you'll see where the Buffalo Creek and Cayuga Creek meet, and it starts the Buffalo River, which will then wind its way down through the city and go out to Lake Erie. So as you can see, people are out fishing. You can still walk along the shoreline as you need to get out there, explore it, get in the water to cast a line. Really happy to see people using it and continuing to make sure this is another great access point along the Buffalo River. Our 7th Buffalo Blueway site, made by Buffalo Niagara Waterkeeper. You can learn more at buffaloblueway.com. As we like to say at Waterkeeper, Blueway yay!